The North American International Auto Show has Detroit buzzing, as always. But that buzz, it has very little to do with cars.
This is what we've all wanted from the time the Jetsons came out, and it's finally here. We've all been going, hey, where's my flying car? And now they're here.
The Motor City put the world on wheels. Are we ready to put the world in the air? This is the Daily J. I'm Zach Clark. The North American International Auto Show debuted as the Detroit Auto Show in 1899. I went downtown to check out Huntington Place as I wandered the show floor.
So I'm walking through right now and just looking at the future, looking at the present. But this year, I'm not here for the cars. Don't get me wrong, I walk by all of them and I'll take one of each. But I'm here for the things that are not cars. Hoverboards, Iron Man suits, self-driving cars. I guess that counts as a car, but it's different. Delivery robots, giant drones that operate like if your car was a plane. That kind of stuff is amazing to me.
The auto show is a showcase for the present and the future. You can see what might be in your driveway today, in a year, 5 years, even 10 years.
You want to talk about lateral G-force? I can give it to you. We're talking unprecedented performance in the sky.
EVTOL, that stands for Electric Vertical Takeoff and Landing Vehicles.
Traffic just sucks. We sit in traffic every day going to the big city or to the big airport or the surrounding suburbs. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get into aerospace, buy an airplane, get a pilot's license, and I'm like, man, it just liberated me from traffic. I mean, I could skip traffic, be home by dinner, and I'm like, man, this is just ridiculous. Why can't everybody do this?
That is the voice of John Rimonelli. He's the CEO and co-founder of Aerospace Experience Technologies. We were standing in front of the Sigma 6. It looks like a huge drone that can lift a payload into the air and then take it to its destination. That payload, it could be cargo, it also could be passengers.
It's totally operational. The aircraft is a flyer. It left the ground. We started flight testing and tuning in August at the airport. You know, we built that container there, our concept cargo container, literally in the last 30 days. I mean, these all just met for the first time in the last week. But it's fully functional, totally works.
The payload module for the Sigma 6 is controlled by a multi-directional robot that will, on instruction, go find the cargo in the warehouse and then move it into place for the launch vehicle to pick up. It is all automated. For John, he told me he doesn't like to reinvent the wheel, he likes to turn it sideways.
How do we advance our knowledge? We want to take what we've learned as a baseline. I mean, electric vehicle technology is well known, right? These are roadable technologies. They're already on the road. So we're like, okay, let's find the right stuff that gives us enough power, the torque, the speed that we need to do the job of lifting several tons. And we were fortunate enough to find it.
What about something a little more personal? The Sigma 6 isn't really for individual use. So I left the convention center and went to Detroit City Airport to check out a smaller EVTOL. That is the sound of the Airwinds Technologies X-Turismo hover bike firing up. It's basically a flying car. It looks like a jet ski, but has 4 huge rotors, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. It takes off vertically, and then you're off to the races. Tad Zott is the president of the North American International Auto Show. Here he is after he drove the X-Turismo.
I found out about an hour ago that I had an opportunity to ride it. Now, I've been begging for months to get on the list, and I never made it. So to find out an hour ago, I couldn't have been more fired up. And it was just exhilarating. What an experience.
What was it like? I mean, it looks like a Sea-Doo, but it's not. How did it feel?
I mean, it definitely felt a little bit like a Sea-Doo when you sit on it. But certainly you're not in the water, right? You're going in the air. So it was just like I said, I took off and I felt like we were like Star Wars. When I landed, I felt kind of like James Bond. And what an experience and an opportunity. What a blessing. I had so much fun. I love stuff like this.
When Tad said he was getting Star Wars vibes, that actually wasn't by mistake. I caught up with Shuhei Komatsu. He's the president of Airwinds, which is based in Tokyo.
I was inspired by Star Wars, Dark Side. So I made it 3 years and X-Turismo. That is what is called luxury air cruiser.
So when Tad Zott wrote it, he said it felt like Star Wars, and you just said that it should have felt like Star Wars.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah.
Why that idea? Why that movie? Why that moment?
I loved Star Wars when I was a child. It's inspired Star Wars speeder and Ferrari, Lamborghini. I like mobilities.
What is the need for this?
Uh,
as far as those who are buying it, who are using it, what they're doing with it?
Yeah, this is the first version X-Turismo for the government use maybe, and it's like infrastructure inspection and defensing, research, and disaster rescue. That's all.
Is there ultimately going to be like a civilian market? Somebody like me could buy it, and
Yeah.
I mean, it flies. I
Yeah.
mean, it's
But this is X-Turismo, the first version, but we plan to release new version, electrical version, more smaller challenge, more electrical, cheaper than.
like it seems like it's pretty easy to drive.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
easy.
Because there are airplanes down there,
Yeah.
and I can't fly any of
Yeah.
those. But I feel like I might be able to fly that.
Yeah,
right?
it's very easy, automatically.
Today was the first time the X-Turismo has been demonstrated in North America. As I was standing there at the Detroit City Airport, a little light bulb went off in my dusty brain.
When I was a kid, the auto show, the future was all cars. That was the future. But it's not like that anymore when you walk around. Whether I was there today or out here, the future is no longer a car. Maybe it's an automated car that drives itself. Maybe it's a drone that delivers payloads or people. Maybe it's a hover bike. Maybe we don't know what it is next. That's the most exciting thing, right? That's why the auto show is so exciting. It's the future. It's what's next. Only this time, what's next? I'm not even sure as a kid I could have imagined. You know, it's one of those things you're like, people talk about flying cars and whatnot, like, this is it. This is it. And we're going to watch it happen.
This podcast would not be possible without the work of our digital team. Check out wwjnewsradio.com for the top local news stories on demand 24/7. If you have questions, comments, or concerns about the Daily J, we want to hear them. Send us an email to dailyj@audacy.com. That's dailyj@audacy.com. Our theme music is written and produced by Ozone Music and Sound in Southfield. I'm Zach Clark, and this is the Daily J. Thanks for listening.